Hello, it's the Geo Tutor here, and today we are thinking about urban challenges. Every urban area is experiencing increased demand for housing. There's three reasons for that increased demand. Life expectancy is increased. People are living longer, the houses just aren't coming onto the market. Secondly, the divorce rate is increasing, so that means 2 houses are needed instead of 1. And thirdly, a lot of people are choosing to live alone before settling down with a partner and cohabiting. The land behind me is a brownfield site. The definition of a brownfield site is land that has had a previous use. So this site used to have a silk factory on it, Seckers. It opened in 1938 and it closed in 2006. It's now 2023, so this land has been vacant for a pretty long time. Brownfield sites tend to be located fairly close to the CBD within the urban structure. As with most things, there are advantages, there are disadvantages. So on the positive side, developing a brownfield site, it gets rid of this eyesore. As well, it creates jobs for local builders. We can see the sign behind and it says a new development of housing here. However, it could increase congestion and the costs might be a bit higher because this land, the previous use, could have caused contamination of the soil. The land could need a lot of money and a lot of time spent to clean it up and bring it up to standard. This is a greenfield site, and the definition of a greenfield site is land that has not previously been built on. Often we tend to find them further away from the CBD. So what are the advantages of developing a greenfield site? Well, there are 3 positives. First of all, look at the views. You've got the fells in the background. Who wouldn't want to live in a place like this? Secondly, because they're normally found towards the outskirts of an urban area, they're fairly accessible. Most people these days have a car, so that's not going to be an issue. The final advantage, and probably the most important for any developer, is cost. Land costs less the further you come from the centre of town. So you could buy 22 acres here for about £300,000. That sounds like quite a bargain. There are also some disadvantages to building on sites like this. Think of the loss of habitat. You can hear the sheep in the background. Where are they going to go? We're going to be covering this area with concrete, an impermeable surface. That's going to mean an increase in flooding. So we've got a loss of biodiversity and we've got a threat to the area. So the planners will have to include some kind of sustainable features such as urban drainage. So a lot of people tend to put artificial grass down these days. That's not good. So steps are going to have to be taken to try to reduce the potential of flooding in these areas. I'm currently standing on what is a greenfield site. This land behind me has got planning permission for 23 new houses. The land on the other side of the road has got planning permission for 370 houses. So locals tend to object more to any kind of development on a greenfield site. Brownfield sites, a lot easier to get that planning permission and far fewer complaints. Nobody wants to be living near an eyesore, so any kind of development is welcome. Whereas here, really, any kind of development, it's going to upset the people living who have got used to these beautiful views. They don't want 23 new houses built on what was a green field.